Star Ocean 5. Okay, battle system. Pretty much it is, this is not set on the video, whatever, so it won't matter. I'm gonna mute this. Okay, Star Ocean 5, gameplay is pretty, it's fun, okay? Let me say this, it's an enjoyable game. I liked it. I really liked the game. I really liked the game, so there's nothing wrong with it. The problem with Star Ocean 5 is the storyline. Storyline, oh man, it's very, very bland. Let's just say the development of the protagonist and antagonist is not really there at all. It's not really there. You don't really learn much about the antagonist and all that stuff. Especially like the villain bosses in the game. You don't really learn much about them at all. That's the problem I have with one thing about the game. Another problem is the way the cutscene is done. There's two types of cutscenes in this game. The main one is the new style. It's pretty much a real-time cutscene. Basically, the way you see my character's moving now, right? That's real-time right there. And to actually talk and all that stuff. That is what a real-time cutscene is like. So basically the problem with that is, you can move around, you can move your camera around, you look at everybody. You can, you know, see their expression and everything, but you cannot skip the cutscene. You cannot skip it because it's real time. Another problem with the real time cutscene is the fact that, let's say, you know, you control the camera, you know, so you can't really see like every character in the viewpoint because you're controlling the character, and obviously you're controlling Fidel. So pretty much whatever Fidel sees around him, that's what you can see. Compared to a standard cutscene, you know, where it's an actual, you know, like a movie cinematic cutscene where, you know, they can focus on the characters that talk, see their expressions and everything. That's the, well, that's a fast video. Holy shit. Okay, well, that's one video. There's a cut in them. So that's the problem with the cutscenes itself. And another thing is, it is so cheap. The later on cutscenes, especially in space, you know, this is Star Ocean, you know, there is space. It is horrendously boring as hell. I'm not gonna tell you why, but let's just say, pretend you never seen Star Wars or Star Trek. Imagine you're watching Star Trek. You know when they're on you know, in the ship Enterprise, and they talk about all these terminologies and stuff. You know, like Warp 7, Captain, we have this invader coming toward us. Raise shields. You know, all that, you know, bullshit. You know, the problem is talking. There's no, you don't see nothing. It's just talking. It's like they're sitting it's like you're in a movie studio sitting in the audience. I'm watching them play out the acting for Star Trek or something. That's what it is. So if you don't understand terminology and all that stuff, it is so freaking boring. And this is in real time, by the way. That's another thing, it's in real time. So you actually move the camera around, you could play stupid, you know, walk around and all that stuff, you know? So it doesn't matter. It's just, you know, to me, it's just boring, you know? I'd rather have a actual cinematic cutscene, you know, that has, you know, action and stuff. So there is a advantage and disadvantage to having those real-time cutscenes. So pretty much, how are the interaction between characters? Most are pretty much from PAs, you know, private actions. guess the interaction is not too bad. I didn't do all the PAs, so I can't say much about it. I don't know if yeah, I mean that is true. I mean, yeah, but in terms of like actual storyline itself with the interaction stuff, it's not too much. You don't really learn too much, although you do learn some characters like Emerson, obviously Lilia, whatever her English name is, I don't know what it is. So I mean, so yeah, the way they the director directed the storyline of the protagonist, antagonist, all that, it's not, it's okay, it just doesn't have that feel where you go, oh, I hate this villain or I like this hero, and stuff like that. I mean, the storyline is centered on Lilia a lot, and Fidel obviously, and Mickey, but it's not that much. That's all I can say. Hey, I'm going by the name of Japanese name. It says Lilia, so it's Lilia to me. So that's pretty much all I can say about the storyline and stuff. I mean, it's a pretty much a save the lolly, save the world situation. So I mean that's all I can really say about the storyline. I mean they actually tell you that anyway in the storyline and all that. But what builds it up is it's basically based on your viewpoint and what you think of it. Now the gameplay itself, like traveling in the Outworld is huge, but it's limited. It's not that much. There's not much locations, but the Outworld is huge. I loved it. Um, Transition from battles, like going to battle, and leaving battle, is pretty much instant, which is something that Tales of Zesty can work on, because Tales of Zesty was horrible in that. So as you can see, I ran in and it's automatic battles, against the Phoenix boss. So this is what battle system is like in this game, because it's really, really smooth and fluid. In terms of you obviously you have four attacks: light attack and strong attack, with short range and long range. Obviously, depending on your positioning to the target, it'll be long range, short range. So since I'm using Emerson, I'm staying in long range. So all my attacks long range. Now, like all of the Star Ocean 3 and 4, just cancel bonus. When you switch between heavy and light and heavy attacks, you build up your cancel bonus from 100 to 125, 150, 175 to 200%. 200% is the cap. After when you do 200%, you have a cooldown, actually, a recovery down. So, in my opinion, I would not go to 200%. I just set 75%, 175, and you can keep going. Wait till 175, wait for a second to reset the cancel bonus, and just keep on attacking again. Because once you hit 200%, you have like maybe 2-3 seconds of recovery time. So you're stuck there, you can't really attack or anything, so you gotta watch out for that. So yeah, that's just my personal opinion. In terms of there is a triangle system. Basically, it mimics off Star Ocean 3, but even worse. There's attack, light attack, obviously, heavy attack, and guard. Light attack beat heavy attack. Heavy attack beat guard. Guard beat light attack. Now the problem with that is obviously it's like Star Wars 3. If you see an enemy doing a heavy attack, they do a little glow, a dark glow, aura glow. You use the light attack, hit them, right? But it doesn't cancel them generally. It doesn't cancel their attack. They can still hit you. You see the problem right there? If it was Star Wars 3, you'll cancel their heavy attack. When you do a heavy attack in their guard, obviously you break through the guard and you can hit them, right? Yeah, so that's but that's really much it. If you guard and if you guard the light attack, you can do a counter attack, a counter guard basically. Every character has their own counter guard. Like Fidel, if you do his counter guard, it'll be a sidekick. Um, Mickey is a frontal cone AoE hit. Damn, I'm getting a lot of battle trophies there. So if you use Fidel, enemy attack does a light attack, and you guard cancel, you do a sidekick. Now the problem with guard, the guard can't guard versus beat light. There is no advantage to doing it. If it's against a boss, that's or certain enemies, even if you guard their attack, you still get hurt. Guard does not nullify the damage, unlike Star Ocean 3. And if you guard cancel to do the guard counter, the sidekick, the enemy can still hit you. And you don't get invincibility frame, nothing. Or other enemies get you. Where in like Star Ocean 3, if you have full guard and they hit you with light attack, they get stunned, right? Or get damage or whatever, Or if you hit the enemy and they're guarding, you get stunned or you get hurt or whatever, right? In this game, it doesn't matter. In both the way, it doesn't matter. If you hit them when they're guarding, most likely they'll try to counter guard you, and you can obviously hit them while they're trying to counter guard you. And vice versa. If you guard their attack, their light attack, you can counter guard them. But they can still hit you. In my opinion, the triangle system is not really tactical at all, honestly. I mean, it should have been tactical like Star Ocean 3, but it's not. If anything, it is for the bonus gauge. Where the hell's my mouse? There it is. The bonus gauge right here. To the very right. If you notice, as green, blue, green, whatever. God damn it. Pause. Okay, there you go. Pause. Green, blue, and red. The green is the SP bonus skill point. You build this up by doing counter guards. The more counter guards you do, the more bonus you get from it. Skill points is used to level up your roles and skills. Oh, not skills, but pretty much your role and party skills and stuff. So this is something I strongly suggest you to do if you do play this game. Have like 200% skill point bonus. You'll thank me for it. It makes leveling up your roles and leveling up your party skills much easier. I believe EXP is from doing light attacks or light skills. EXP bonus, and then full, which is your money. The blue gauge is from heavy attack, heavy skills. Or something like that. I mean, having money in EXP is nice for bonus, but honestly in this game it's not really needed. Your leveling is pretty easy, so you don't need to grind or anything much. If you know, you can have up to 500%. So if you notice, I have about 212 for SP bonus, full 143%, and EXP 144%. But if you want to make the game a lot easier, if you play this, what you need to do is use Fidel. Find enemies that love to use weak attacks like spiders. Okay, which is pretty much early game. Just counter guard them and build up your SP bonus. Because skill point is a little hard to get in this game. It's easier with having a lot of bonus to make it, because it gets costly. It gets more costly later on when you want to level up your roles and party skills. So that's pretty much the battle system. Bosses have super armors, so you can't really juggle them and all that stuff. You could stun them, I'll tell you that. So there are some moves in this game that is completely worthless against bosses. Anne probably has the worst advantage because Anne has a lot of aerial combo moves that she likes to pop an enemy up in the air, and then she jumps up and try to do some combos like aerial cannon and all these other stuff. Unfortunately, if you do this on a boss, most likely you'll hit the boss and you fly in the air, and you'll be hitting nothing in midair while the boss is stuck on the ground because he has super armor. So that being said, the triangle system is completely worthless on a boss. On the first boss, you'll most likely learn how to use the triangle system because boss likes to use light attack, so obviously you want to counter guard, But it's not gonna do much because when you counter guard and do sidekick, the boss can still hit you. So yeah, it's consistent super armor. I don't believe I ever saw them stagger once. You can actually stun them with roll abilities, which I'll explain in a second. But yeah, pretty much nothing else you can really do about that. Unfortunately, I don't have any videos on rolls, so I can't show you anything without spoiling it for you guys. Roll system is pretty much your bread and butter of this game. Basically, what roll system does is there's 5 category, which I don't remember what they are. I know one is offensive, defense, healing. I believe it's support and special. I believe that's what it was. Obviously, attacking roll gives the AI like attacking stuff. Like offensive rolls. For attacking. Defend roll is for defensive rolls. Healing roll obviously is for healing. Support is like extra stuff like taunt and stuff like that. And extra is pretty much like a passive thing, like plus 200 HP or convert half of your EXP into money, stuff like that. That's the extra roll. So the role is pretty much your AI, how your AI will react in the game. The role themselves determines how they react. Like, am I gonna go offensive or defensive or healing? That role type. Their behavior, like, oh, do I want to get close to the enemy or stay far away from the enemy? Depending on the situation. If I'm hurt, do I want to stay close to the enemy, or if I'm hurt, do I want to stay far away from the enemy? Their frequency, like how often they attack. Like, do I want to attack a lot or once in a while? Their type. Do I want to go short range or long range? Do I prefer short range attacks more or long range attack more? Or balance? And their preference. Preference is pretty much like, do I want to use my skills a lot? Or normal attack a lot? So those are a lot. Those roles can affect all of that. Like, for one of them, I have on Emerson, Emerson is pretty much long range, I like to stay long range and use long range attack or long range skills. While Mickey, she could be a healer. Go, oh, if someone's hurt, I'll heal them, Now, you would think, okay, so their role that you can use predetermined on the characters, like, obviously Mickey's a healer, so you want to put healer role on her, all healing role on her. Or Victor, he's a really good tank character, so I would want to put all defend type role on him. Offensive, Fiora, Anne, Adele, they're all attacking types, so you want to put attacking role on them. Now that sounds, like a basic ideal, right? But I strongly suggest you not to do that. You can actually mix and match around. Like for Mickey, I have offensive role and healing role on her. To the point that Mickey actually is an amazing caster. She nukes along with Fior. And if anybody needs healing, she'll heal. Pretty much Fior and Mickey are my two best characters in the game. I can just drop my control on the ground and they wipe everything in the game. Bosses, enemies, everything. Mickey's Flame Burst and Fior Freeze and all that crap. So that's you want to mix and match and see how it works, you know. Don't try to stick with one specific role category on one character. Try to give them like several things. I meant like Fidel, and yeah, you want to give her all attacking role. You know, it's not like Anne can heal or defend, so it's kind of pointless to give them those role. Like for like Mickey, who can heal and attack, you might want to give her an attacking role and a healing role. Or Victor, he can defend and attack, so why not give him both? You know, stuff like that. Try mixing and matching around and whatever suits your need. So basically the role system is the AI, which is pretty much like a simplified gambit system of Final Fantasy XII. It's simplified. Final Fantasy XII is a lot more complex because with the if and then and all that stuff, greater than and if conditions stuff, so it is easy enough to break the game with the role system to the point that by halfway through the game, I could literally drop my controller on the ground and let the my AI beat the game for me. Actually, in fact, if you did watch my stream of playing this game, I did beat the final boss with while I did nothing. Also fought the level 99 dragon in the cathedral. The cathedral is like an optional dungeon, but which you can access any time in the game. You know, to get good gears and stuff. So my party was only like level 50 or 60, and I was fighting a level 99 dragon. I did not even do much in the fight. I just stayed back and let my AI do the job, and they completely defeat the dragon. A level 99, which is like what, 40 levels higher than I am. That's how well you can use the role system, if you can pull off right. So the role system is your bread and butter of this game. You do not want to neglect it. You want to take advantage of it, look at your characters, see what you believe is their strength and weakness, and put the role on them to, you know, take advantage of that strength and weakness. That's the problem with a lot of people that imported this game, I've noticed. Because they said the game was really hard or, you know, stuff like that. But I'm like, hell no, man. I let the AI beat the game for me, you know? So, yeah, it sounds like they did not really take advantage of the role system much. So the battle systems actually, aside from the triangle, the worthless triangle system, which is only good to build up your gauge, your bonus gauge, it's kind of like bleh, you know. I mean, honestly, I didn't care if the triangle system was used against me because the penalty for getting countered is nothing compared to Star Ocean 3. Also, when you get countered, you know, if you lose the triangle system, you know, your bonus board break. Like, just like in, you know, Star Ocean 4, Star Ocean 3, except in this game, you only lose a percentage. Like, let's just say, my SP bonus is 212 right now. I'll probably lose 12%. It'll go down to 200%. If you know, if I do a weak attack and he does a guard, or if I do a strong attack and he does a weak attack, I lose like maybe 10% from SP, maybe 12% from full, 12% from EXP, which is extremely easy to you know, get back. So it's not a big deal. It's not as the penalty wise is not as bad as Star Ocean 3, which, you know, you completely lose your gauge, or Star Ocean 4, where, you know, you lose a portion of your bonus board. which is a great thing, honestly. Because, like I said, the penalty is so pathetic. I don't care if I break my bonus gauge. It's so easy to get it back. Now, Reserve Rush is like your special attack. Basically, the more you fill up the bonus gauge, the more points you get into Reserve Rush, up to 5 points. 5 points is when you have your whole bonus gauge filled. Obviously, if you have nothing on the bonus gauge, you get no points in Reserve Rush. Basically, what it is depending on the character you use, you pick, he'll be the one to do his ultimate attack, which I won't tell. I'll let you figure out for yourself. Yeah, so that's the battle system right there. What else? Okay, I already explained the storyline, the characters, battle system. I don't think there's anything else, huh? Oh, yeah, about the game time. It is a short game. I'm not gonna lie about that. Um, Depending on what you do in the game, whether you speed through the storyline or if you do any quest, it could be as slow as 20 hours, maybe 20-25 hours. But if you do quests and stuff, it will be obviously longer. I believe I beat the game in 60 hours maybe and I did about 70% of the quest. Yeah, I cleared about 70% of the quest and I got like 80% of the battle collection trophies. Up in 60 hours or so. So maybe if I had like another 10 hours or so, I probably could clear all of the side quests and stuff. Unfortunately, the battle collection is completely random because some require like 1,000,000 hits, which Ami took like 3 days to do. What else? Yeah. So as long as you don't rush the game, then you're fine. It's pretty and do side quests, then you're okay. I mean, you'll get your money's worth. I think 30 hours, 40 hours. In watching all the private actions. Oh, item creation is god. I can't really say much about item creation. It's very basic. It's not like a Star Ocean 3 or 4. I don't think. I'm not gonna talk about the item creation much. More like a week, really. I'm not gonna say much about item creation. It wasn't. I didn't really take advantage of it. Not like I need to. For a game this easy, especially with the role system. Post game, yes, item creation is needed. I won't lie about that. You'll need item creation to take out the optional bosses in post game. Is it grindy platinum? It's not as grindy as Star Ocean 3 or 4, I can tell you that. Ami did it, so you could ask Ami. It's not that grindy, but still. It will take some time no matter what. So, okay, I talked about the time, the cutscenes, battle system, storyline, characters. Am I missing anything else? I don't think I'm missing anything else, huh? I don't think I'm missing anything else. Oh, and before you ask, one planet, one world. Don't bother asking about space. That's how bad it is. If anything, the main town Fidel lives is called Star or Stall, and he lives next to the ocean. So it's a nice little joke right there. Star Ocean. That's it's just hilarious. So, yeah, it's just one planet. I mean, the Outworld's big, but the amount of areas you go and it's not much. It's gonna be very repetitive. You can go through it up quite a bit. And dungeons aren't bad. It's big and but it's not that much of a dungeon too. So now, is it worth playing? Overall, I think the game is decent. You know, I mean, it has. I was expecting more, honestly. After four, I was really disappointed in four. I didn't really like it that much. At least I like this cast better than Star Ocean four. I'll just tell you that right now. I hate Edge like crazy. Edge pisses me off like no time, no matter what. Um, I had fun playing it. I had fun playing it. I was expecting more because they wanted to go back to they wanted to, go back to the Star Ocean days, and they were going to use the Star Ocean 3 system, the triangle system. So I thought it was going to be awesome. You know, the weak attack versus strong attack versus guarding. There'll be some tactical situations and battles that I could take advantage of. Unfortunately, the penalty for failing the triangle system is middle school, and bosses have super armor, so it's not like. So I mean, what to do? Just spam the strongest move. Doesn't matter what. Just spam it and to beat the boss. I mean, who cares about the triangle system? No matter what you do, you're most likely gonna have a gauge break. But the gauge break penalty is so pathetic that just spam whatever you want and beat the boss. So, personally, overall the game was fun. I liked it, but is it worth the money? I would say no. It's not worth the cost. At least right now. Not right now. Maybe if it was a little cheaper, it'll probably be worth it. Now, if you ask me, Ella, would you play the English version of the game? I would say I don't mind playing the game, really. I wouldn't mind playing it, but would I buy it to play it again? No, I'm not gonna do that. I wouldn't play this. I wouldn't spend my money to play it. I'm not gonna give it a grade though because I'm not. I don't really like giving grades. I'll just say it's a average game at best. It could be better. It could be a lot better improvement, like the cutscenes, horrible, boring real time cutscenes. Although it is a new style, I like it, but it's just there are times that it's just boring because I mean when you see a cinematic cutscene, you could get a feel for that character, because they focus on a character for you because the developers want to focus on that character, so you learn about the character. And here, you don't focus. You control the camera, so you can focus on Fidel the whole time you want, or try to upskirt to see Mickey's Pantsu or Fior's Pantsu during the cutscene, and there's no immersion to knowing the cast. Hey, people donate, I'll play it. I'll just say that. So, okay, that's the review for Star Ocean 5. I hope you not enjoy it or something. But if you got any question on it, I'll answer it more. So.